नमस्ते, आप सभी का स्वागत है आज के इस AMA में। वेलकम एवरीवन टू टुडेज AMA नंबर 105. Okay, so here we go. You must be wondering why we do not schedule AMA every week. That is because I had been uh, finding that there was too much of repetition if we do it every week. So I thought we'll do it alternate week or so. ओके वी स्टार्ट विद द क्वेश्चंस। हम आरंभ करते हैं सवालों से। और सवाल आपको पूछने हैं तो सवाल के लिए आप व्हाट्सएप के माध्यम से पूछ सकते हैं। यू कैन आस्क थ्रू व्हाट्सएप एंड यू कैन आस्क थ्रू सुपर चैट के माध्यम से पूछ सकते हैं। तो अब हम प्रश्न लेते हैं। ईशान शर्मा, व्हाट कैन बी द टैक्टिक ऑफ दिल्ली सीएम अटैकिंग प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑन एजुकेशन after being silent for some time and even fighting the 2020 election on Modi's name? Actually, I am not quite able to understand why some of these people, especially Rahul Gandhi and Kejriwal, they seem to think that they can set the narrative through New York Times and Washington Post. Because it is these people who are setting this narrative, great work in education by Kejriwal. Does it matter to anyone here in India? So, what Washington Post and New York Times are talking? Certainly it doesn't. But these people seem to be under that delusion, and that's why they keep doing all this. And it doesn't earn them any merit point with the electorate, maybe a few demerit points. Ishan Sharma again. With the liberal states and cities bringing policies on caste, do you think it will haunt them back in future? And why are Republicans silent on this? Well, let me tell you this. As far as the US is concerned, the Hindus, they get it from the left and they get it from the right. Now, on the right, you have the church, and on the left, you have the red green combination. So, Hindus have to learn to fight it all alone. And if they are strong, then they will be wooed by both. RM, is it not time for Raw to start acting like Mossad? What makes our leaders so timid? Well, certainly it is definitely time for Raw to act like Mossad. But if you believe people in Pakistan, Raw is already acting like Mossad. Of course, I have no information on this because these are top secrets. But on those 4-5 terrorists that have been bumped in Pakistan, nobody knows how it happened. Certainly, it wasn't Mossad, that I can guarantee you. But whether it was raw or not, we don't know. Rajiv Singh, thank you. Aditya, which is good and reliable Hindi translation of Kautilya Arthashastra? Well, I found one on the Internet Archives, and I don't recall the translator, but that's the one I use. If you ask me on the WhatsApp, then maybe I can tell you tomorrow after having a look at that. Or maybe it is there in my list of documents here on my mobile. Let me just check if I can get it to you readily. That will be good. It will benefit a lot of people. Here it is. Chanakya. Chanakya. Okay. Chanakya Sutra. I have the Chanakya Sutra here. Chanakya Sutrani. Sri Ramavatar Vidya Bhaskar. You can get it on the I've given you Chanakya Sutra, not the Arthashastra. Next. राकेश सिंह, नमस्ते सर। विवाह हेतु सनातन वैदिक संस्कृति में वर को कितने गोत्र स्किप करने चाहिए? इंटरनेट पर कुछ स्पष्ट नहीं दे रखा है। कितने गोत्र का नहीं होता है कि सम गोत्र में एक पक्ष से 6 और लड़की के पक्ष से 7, इतनी जनरेशंस जो हैं वो स्किप करनी चाहिए अगर सेम गोत्र की बात हो तो। नेक्स्ट। भरत कुमार पटेल, वक्फ बोर्ड अमृत काल में नहीं हटा तो विष काल में हटेगा। अब अमृत काल है या विष काल मुझे तो पता नहीं। मैंने वक्फ की जो पिटिशन लगाई थी वो हमारे जो जज साहब थे उन्होंने बहुत ही नाराज होते हुए उसको डिसमिस कर दिया और ये कहा कि हम 5 लाख का आपके ऊपर जुर्माना लगाएंगे। बड़ी मुश्किल से बचे उस 5 लाख के जुर्माने से, लेकिन हमारी पिटिशन तो डिसमिस हो गई। नेक्स्ट। कश्यप, हिंदुओं में कुछ जाति वर्ण का अपवर्ड मूवमेंट हुआ है, इस बारे में कुछ बताएं। हाँ, तो दुनिया भर का अपवर्ड मूवमेंट हुआ है। आपके विशेषकर जो जिनको हम क्षत्रिय जातियां कहते हैं, कितने लोग जो हैं वो राजा बन के क्षत्रिय हो गए। और डॉक्टर अंबेडकर खुद कहते हैं कि जो हम शूद्र बन गए, हम पहले क्षत्रिय थे। उनकी किताब में लिखा है, हु वर द शूद्रास। उनकी किताब में स्वयं लिखते हैं वो कि शूद्र जो थे वो पहले क्षत्रिय थे। तो इसके तो आपको अनेकानेक मिल जाएंगे। विशेषकर ये जो आपके यादव हैं, क्योंकि यादव वंश की एक बहुत लंबी चौड़ी परंपरा है, विशेषकर दक्षिण भारत में। कितने यादव वंशी वहाँ पे राजा हुए हैं। हमारे एक बहुत मूर्धन्य इतिहासकार और बहुत ही एक विचारक हैं, शतावधानी हैं वो, शतावधानी आर गणेश जी। उनका तो कहना है कि 75% जो राजवंश हैं दक्षिण भारत के, वे उन जातियों से निकले हुए हैं जिन्हें आज ओबीसी कहा जाता है। नेक्स्ट। अक्षय सुभाष, कैन आई सी रियल हिंदुत्व पार्टी इमर्जिंग इन कमिंग years as alternative to BJP? Well, alternatives always emerge, but there's nothing on the horizon right now. There's one being launched tomorrow, but will take a very long time. Ram, 2024 is not done deal for Modi. Reason being, BJP will not get 18 seats in Bengal. No way it will get 26 seats in Karnataka, etc. My question to ST is, many channels, including your YT channel, is predicting more than 300 seats for BJP. Your thoughts? I think you got it wrong. The last time we did the prediction, we predicted 278 for the BJP. And in that 278, we gave 20 from Karnataka and only 5 from West Bengal. So I think that should solve your doubt. That in spite of a drop in Karnataka and a huge drop in West Bengal, BJP was still getting beyond the majority mark. In our last election survey, and that was, I think, about 3 or 4 months back. Akshay Subhash, who will be the successor of Modi, and will his retirement from party eventually create void situation for BJP? As I am seeing, party is unnecessarily depending on him on small state level elections, where they can win if local leaders are given upliftment. I can't predict. I'm sorry. That's one thing that I am not in a position to predict at all, because Politics is a very strange thing. One can predict the public mood, but what will happen in the inner workings of the party is almost impossible to predict. Ashutosh, sir, I have seen latest videos of Dr. Conrad Elst, and there is a certain change in his attitude towards Dharma. He is refuting works of Rajiv Malhotra, Sanskrit non-translatables, and mental colonialism. Has changed his stance on AIT OIT, and now even critical of popular dharmic Vedic understandings in context of rishis being mantra drishta and Sri Ram and Sri Krishna being humans, later conferred and elevated to God status. He sounds like an atheist. Your views. Ashutosh ji, I am not in a position to comment precisely because I haven't listened to these talks that you are referring to. But as far as your talk of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna being humans, later conferred and elevated to God status, that is what the adhibhautic understanding would always be. That if you intellectualize and rationalize the laws, that is the conclusion you will reach. And certainly, if you want to retain the wonderful speciality or the, I should say, that wonderful singular exclusive trait of Sanatan Dharma, of Sanatan Dharma being closest to science, then you have to allow this. Because the scientific method involves, what is the scientific method? Scientific method is that you allow what is called verifiability. And verifiability, of course, would be on the basis of what is known as material evidence. Then universality, repeatability, and what is most important in the scientific method is falsifiability. Falsifiability means the ability or allowance to falsify a proposition or a theorem or a law. So, if you say that you will go only by what you hold dear, then it becomes a dogma. And a dogma is not scientific. Whereas the entire Sanatan tradition prides itself on being scientific, on according a very important position to Pratyaksha Pramana. Pratyaksha Pramana includes Indriya Pratyaksha and Chetana Pratyaksha, both. Next. Akshay Subhash, how much optimistic on India becoming Hindu Rashtra? Very, very optimistic. Very optimistic. Next, Akshay Subhash, will Western civilization stand against Islamic invasion backed by woke liberals? Surprisingly, Christian Church is silent on these attacks. Uh, I'm not quite sure. The way things are, it looks extremely doubtful. But then the logic that the West follows, that the binary logic and the racist theories and things of that kind, they can always come to the fore. And if that happens, then there can be a very big retribution from the West as well. The only thing is, in the present politically correct climate, that doesn't seem to be happening. It may happen if more persons like Giorgia Meloni come to the fore and come to power. Rajiv Singh, knowing the how organized and systematic crypto Christians are in luring economically weak Hindus, what should we counter them and support our economically weak Hindu brothers and sisters to stop the conversion? Yes, I agree, but it is a lot of people are doing that as well. And people like Prabal Pratap Singh Judev or even our Bageshwar Dham Maharaj, they are managing to cut the clutter. And yes, you're right. But then, if the economic situation improves, then logically, that itself should take care of this to a certain extent. What is more important is that these Christian cryptos, these Christian groups, they are very, very adept at these missionary activities, and they're quite ruthless also in this. I think we need to have our own missionary approach to counter this. Subhash Pivlani, Pakistan will be broken in 5 parts in my life, and I am 65. आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर. हाँ? I'm not sure if you're asking a question. I thought you were making a statement. If you're 65, I think yes. Next, if you live up to 85, then you might be able to see it. Chintan Oja. Who are Asuras and Rakshasas? What was their appearance like? How they made kingdoms on earth? Now, Asuras and Rakshasas, I don't go by the Puranic lore. Again, I take it down to what is called the level of Adi Bhautik, and in that sense, these are people, these are depraved people. Asuras are like when you had these Battle of 10 Kings in the Rig Veda, then the people who went off to Iran, they call Asuras the good people and Devas the bad people. Whereas we call Asuras the bad people and Devas as the good people. So it depends on the perspective. Basically, it defines a trait. And that trait, according to me, was that the Dasharaj Yuddha. My theorem, based on some study, is that actually it was a battle between the kings of the battle between the kings who believed in monism. Monism means one God, and those who believed in monotheism. And monotheism means only God. So this was probably a battle between two such people, and the people who believed in one God or Brahma, they fought with the people who said, no, we have this only God who is everything. And those who do not believe in him, they will be cursed. So that sort of actually it is a precursor of the Abrahamic thought. Zoroastrianism is actually a precursor of the Abrahamic thoughts, and Zoroastrians are called asuras by the what we have today, the Aryans, the not Aryans, the Aryas. SJ, sir, do you think that Amritpal crackdown will have an effect on the 2024 LS poll results in Punjab? Punjab, in any case, BJP wasn't getting anything. So, according to me, they were getting zero. So, if they get even one, it will be a bonus. Vamsi Krishna, Plam sir said once Battle of 10 Kings in Rigveda happened due to difference in one god and my only god. Can you provide any evidence material? I just mentioned it. Oh, no, it's not. I can provide you evidence material from what I have read in certain places, but not right away. Hanuman Bhakt, what has happened with Tufailji? Why sudden change of colors? Well, we don't know. but certainly he's gone on a path that was not agreed when we first started on this Hindu Jagriti Sammelan, because this Hindu Jagriti Sammelan was supposed to be uh, a unification effort based on commonality, what I call highest common factors. So, highest common factors, where I give my four factors that I talk about, that is dharma, artha, dharma, artha, sansar, and moksha, which are actually the least common multiple. LCM can be actually karma is common to all, sansar is common to all, but I put highest common factor, so you can put more. So uh, this then uh, Shatru Bodh, Swayam Bodh, all these things. So these common factors, the highest common factors, should only be addressed, and any differences should be ignored or just passed over. But then he suddenly started focusing only on the difference, and that too against Hanuman Chalisa, which seems to be uniting everybody more than anything else on this in this country. So if you start attacking the very basis of unity, that means you have strayed very far from the path that you agreed to, and therefore it becomes impossible to go along. Abhishek, can we extract a statement from a rapist that rape was recommended in teachings in masjid by referring to the holy book? That can help us make holy book illegal. Well, technically you may say so, but it's never going to happen, because that cover of holy book gives it an immunity that we are in not a position to breach. Certainly not today, not tomorrow. We don't know about day after. Vishal Bhushan, thank you. Abhishek, does halal certificate have any legal basis? No. It is recognized by the government of India only in case of meat. Ajju Dikshit said this whole concept of simply speaking about Muslim appeasement won't solve the problem. It didn't work during Tilak's and Savarkar's time, it won't work now. What is a practical solution for it? The practical solution for it is to build pressure groups and lobbies. Political parties, they are hungry for votes. And if they know that they won't get votes unless they deal with the pressure groups, then they will listen to the pressure groups. Right now, we give away our votes without asking anything in return. We are an emotional people. But then we got to be wiser. Look at the way US conducts its elections and how the lobbies actually bargain with the candidates. Those are the kind of lobbies that we need to build. एम के राहुल गांधी की सांसदी की शहादत के चुनावों में कितना लाभ मिलने की संभावना है? 0/सन्नाटा. नेक्स्ट. एम के, जैसे कि आप बताते हैं कि मुस्लिम आबादी बढ़ा चढ़ाकर दर्शाई जाती है, क्या उस तरह ईसाई आबादी कम करके दिखाई जाती है? नो, आई हैवंट कम अक्रॉस एनी सच इंस्टेंस. आई थिंक व्हाट कम करके दिखाई जाती है इन द सेंस, you're talking about crypto. Okay. Crypto is a definite factor that the neo converts, they stand to lose their SC benefits if they show they are Christians. So that is certainly a factor. Nikhil, shouldn't the main focus of Modi government to reform school textbooks post 2024 elections? The secular thoughts get seeded into young minds at very early age. That's something that we have been talking about for last 5 years at least. The only hope then maybe they will do it after 2024. Next. Abhishek. What makes seculars and leftists believe that in case of civil war, they will survive Islamists by being neutral? For peacefuls, they are as much kafirs as Hindus. Well, nobody can help delusions. So, certain people are having certain delusions. It is impossible to cure them out of it. भरत कुमार पटेल, मोबाइल से राजकीय पार्टी की सदस्यता रजिस्टर होती है और मनी ट्रांसफर होता है तो आधार लिंक्ड मोबाइल से इलेक्शन करवाया जा सकता है, नहीं करवाया जा सकता है क्योंकि उसमें हैकिंग का खतरा होता है। जब भी कोई नेटवर्किंग होगी तो उसमें हमेशा हैकिंग का खतरा बना रहेगा। इसीलिए जो हमारी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वोटिंग मशीन होती है वो स्टैंड अलोन होती है, यानी हार्ड वायर्ड होती है। यदि आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक समझते हैं तो आप समझ जाएंगे। वो हार्ड वायर्ड होती है, उसमें कोई कनेक्टिविटी नहीं होती, वो बाहर से कनेक्ट नहीं हो सकती है, इसलिए वो सेफ है। आपने जैसे ही उसको कनेक्ट किया किसी भी माध्यम से तो उसमें हैकिंग का खतरा हो जाता है। सौम्यजीत चौधरी सर, व्हाट इज द स्टेटस यूसीसी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन? वी बैडली नीड एनआरसी, नहीं तो बंगाल और केरला में कुछ सालों में आपको हजारों शाहीन बाग मिलेंगे। जहां तक मुझे पता है यूसीसी ये कराना तो चाहते हैं, बट they are not sure of the methodology. But I know from inner quarters that the BJP is keen on implementation of UCC. Girish Sareen, is there a resource to learn correct Sanskrit Pathan of Valmiki Ramayana? Correct Sanskrit Pathan of Valmiki Ramayana, I think Gita Press, that Gita Press gives you. It also gives in that version where it gives you the Anvay of the shloka. You look for that version, so that will give you the correct pattern. रोहित शांडिल्य, प्रणाम गुरु जी। यदि बीजेपी के विरोध में कोई अन्य कट्टर हिंदूवादी दल आता है तो क्या हमें उसे सपोर्ट करते हुए बीजेपी का विरोध करना चाहिए? अभी तो कोई है नहीं, और कोई आएगा भी तो उसको इस्टेब्लिश होने में बहुत समय लगेगा। DPS Jadon, can Jaipur Dialogues file a petition in Delhi High or Supreme Court to excavate our Hindu devatas idols from Jama Masjid stairs? Aurangzeb's written order is still preserved in Jodhpur Museum. With sonar technology, they can be found easily where they are buried. Why doesn't any government do anything about it? This is a good idea, but practically, if you look at the way the Supreme Court is functioning and their mindset, it doesn't look as if anything will come out of it. Sameer Khan, please explain this latest Khalistan movement. Why has it started after so many years? Who's behind it? And what's the ground level situation in Punjab? Well, it is part of the same K2 strategy. After they found that they had lost their footing in Kashmir, they thought that they would take advantage of the lawlessness created by Aam Aadmi Party and push their agenda. Tushar Soni, is there a possibility of election in Punjab seeing whole Khalistan scenario, and can BJP can make a joint government again in Punjab? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. That for that, the Aam Aadmi Party has to clearly go in favor of the anti-national, which it hasn't done. After all, they did crack down on Amritpal, even though Amritpal escaped. Next, IRG. Namaste, sir. Can you please raise the issue of baby Arya being kept away from her parents by Germany? What is the way forward? Well, I haven't looked at the details of this case, but since you mentioned, I will do that now, and I will move forward on it. Vinay, so why there is no proper system settling people after Ghar Wapsi? That's why many people remain there unwillfully. Our dharmacharyas should take lead. I agree. That's why I say that we have to have a full kind of a missionary movement within Hinduism, and we we will see what we can do. Praveen, in Bengal, Orissa, Tripura, Bangladeshi refugees are coming in and being settled by state governments. Is center taking steps to stop it? I don't see any steps being taken to stop it, to be very frank. And that's a very, very worrisome situation. Very worrisome situation. एमके क्या राहुल गांधी की सांसदी की शहादत विपक्ष को कुछ हद तक एक करके बीजेपी को बहुमत से वंचित रख सकती है? विपक्ष तो एकत्रित हो ही नहीं रहा ना, समस्या ही सारी यही है। देखिए, इसमें समस्या ये है कि राहुल गांधी चाहते हैं कि वो अपने नाखून कटा के शहादत दे के और विपक्ष के नेता बन जाएं। बीजेपी भी यही चाहती है, इसीलिए बीजेपी राहुल गांधी की हर बात को तूल देती है जिससे राहुल गांधी फोकस में बने रहे, क्योंकि राहुल गांधी जो है वो बीजेपी के लिए सबसे बड़े वोट कैचर हैं। लेकिन जो दूसरी ऑपोजिशन पार्टी हैं वो इस बात को समझती हैं, तो वो राहुल गांधी को साथ इसीलिए कोऑपरेट नहीं करती हैं। और इस मामले में जो भी आप सुन रहे हैं दूसरी ऑपोजिशन पार्टी से, वो केवल लिप सर्विस है। वो बिल्कुल नहीं राहुल गांधी को आगे करेंगे किसी भी तरह से। प्रवीण के, so why are Hindu voices fighting between ourselves? Your thoughts on S. Dev's stance on Tufail and Yatiji? I feel Devji is taking extreme stand. I'm not sure. I mean, there's too much of noise from every side. I think people want to dissociate. They should dissociate quietly, just as we did. We didn't make any noise about it. We, if we do voice our opinions, we are voicing it on. We are voicing it on issues. We are voicing it on Goswami Tulsidas ji. We are voicing it on Hanuman Chalisa, and that without without any rancor. But if there's too much of rancor, then I don't think it leaves a good taste. Simanta Das, breaking news of after a while, Sura Bhaskar was found in a fridge in pieces. Was khususi pyar of a moment given by a chainsaw. Well, it is a breaking dream, not a breaking news. Simanta Das joke of the century: USA and West support democratic and human rights. Indeed, it is a joke. It is a cruel joke, actually. Diksha, sir, congratulations on closer to the 1 million mark. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's 9:20 as of date. Let's accelerate it. Do tell us the method to accelerate this. Slow and steady growth speaks of genuine subscribers and increase in Shatru. Both. I have an out of context question. How do you maintain your health in such busy routine? Would like to know behind the scenes side of you. Well, that cannot be discussed publicly. Diksha. AMA is the last place to discuss that. Next. Mahesh Madhur ji, thank you, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद once again. Oh, keep on coming, Mahesh ji, wonderful. For Mahesh ji, it never rains, it always pours. Samir Khan, Hanuman Bhakt, who are the final speakers for Noida event, donated substantial amount, but no clarity on schedule and topics. That's not known to anybody. That's not known to anybody because we had uh, continued giving our services. But then, how can we give services if we don't get any information? So that's not known to anybody. It's complete secret. Um, yeah, it's complete secret. Why it is a secret? That I cannot tell you. You have to ask the organizer. Samir Khan, why is there any need for India to be a Hindu Rashtra? All of us should be Indians first, then Hindu or Muslim. Yes, India is a Hindu majority with Hindu values. Very simple. Secularism in India means anti Hindu. And in Hindu Rashtra, it will be equal rights for everyone. Anonymous, sir, was Acharya Chanakya Hindu or a Jain? So for the first time, I am hearing this that he could be a Jain as also. Sir, two, he was a Sanatani by all accounts. Sir, Sanatan gets defamed because of people like fake Babas, Karoli Baba. Yeah, that's a new guy on the block. What can be done for this? We have to be discerning ourselves. So, can there be a case against PM Modi for insulting Nehru's surname? What did he do? Nehru's surname is already, I don't think it's held in very good esteem anyway. Mohit Shah, sir, could you do one session with Sandeep Dev on the work of BJP for Hindu society? Even he exposed BJP and Modi on Neeraj Atri channel. See, we keep talking about BJP on merits and issues. So we like to try it, we like to talk about it objectively, and we do that anyway. वर्ल्ड ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स नमस्ते संजय जी नोएडा इवेंट का बहिष्कार बहुत दुखद है आर्य समाजी कब ये समझेंगे कि सनातन ही सत्य है फैल जी के वचनों से व्यथित हैं वी हैव नोटेड योर कंसर्न वर्ल्ड ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स Rahul Bhatia, will opposition boycott elections as a protest? You mean to say that will opposition commit suicide as a protest? They are again questioning EVM and going to election commission. If paper vote do not happen, then boycott. Nothing. That's what is going to happen. They will keep making noise. They keep this as their uh, last card. So whenever they win, then no protest. Whenever they lose, EVM is always bad. Abhinav Tripathi, Gurudev Sadar. One, what is the level of dent in Sanatan camp by Bhim meme? How to deal with Navabauddha, dent to Sanatan unity by Noida Backout. Okay, let me take it one by one. Level of dent in Sanatan camp by Bhim meme. Well, Bhim meme narrative definitely there's maybe a bit of dent in the what is called the beneficiary class, but then that beneficiary class was in any case more of a Congress sympathizer, and most Congress sympathizers are anti-national these days. Most, not all. Okay, so that somebody might take umbrage. Um, most Congress sympathizers on the ground. I'm not talking about their leaders. Okay, how to deal with Navabauddha? Well, Navabauddha are My general experience with Navabodhas are that they are intellectually not very strong. You can deal with them intellectually very well. For instance, we did that episode with Nityananda Mishra on Buddha's Jativad by Buddha. And you can go through the comments down below. There's not one counter of any substance. There are some abuses, there are some curses, and there are some irrelevant rants, but not one solid counter. So intellectually, it just doesn't stand to reason. You can completely demolish the narrative once it is now. Narrative goes, the beam meme thing goes. In any case, beam and meme can be destroyed. You can tell any beam, ask them about Jogendranath Mandal. What happened to Jogendranath Mandal? He is the biggest symbol of beam meme in the history. What happened to him? Then next, dent to Sanatan unity by Noida Backout. Nothing much. It wasn't a major event anyway. Sneezes. Why Pakis right after its creation started lobbying West in confidence? Well, I've done a show today. I've recorded a show with Shakil Chaudhary, and that's the question I asked him. That the 11th August address by Jinnah was probably his way of wooing the West. And they wanted to do that because they offered themselves and they keep offering themselves. They are happy to be the negative pole in Bachabaji. Not a problem with them. Next. Sandeep Shukla. Pranam sir from Netherlands. Please visit us. Oh, sure. I visited Netherlands 2 or 3 times. Yes. Deepak Sani. Thank you. Chintan Oja. Explain the reason behind great Rashtrakuta empires love for Muslims. They made them governors, built huge mosques. That's the problem with almost all of them in that middle era. They did no Purva Paksha of the Muslims, and that was one of the major reasons for the fall of the Vijayanagar Empire as well. The Vijayanagar Empire, in that crucial battle of Talikot, their two generals, the Jilani brothers, they switched over in the name of Islam. And the battle that had almost been won was lost. And you look at the consequences. You see, in Islam, a war is a total war. So nobody is spared. The entire population, according to them, is the target. And Hindus always used to fight war like Dharma Yuddha. Next. Boom, Shankar, boom. Indian judiciary is under foreign control. India is an independent country. If it treats Hindus as eighth class citizens, how can we reclaim Hindu Rashtra? By making a firm demand and by learning to value your vote and by learning to pressurize the people you elect. Next. Rakesh Singh's are resources for learning Sanskrit. There are plenty of resources. You can find them online. But you can start with Sanskrit Bharati. Sanskrit Bharati is doing a fine job. So you start learning with them. Then you can yourself move on. Tushar Sood, Namaste. Do you think Home Ministry is working as expected on internal security? No. If lacking, what can be done more by HM? He needs to be more proactive and not be diffident, especially towards the meme part of the meme. Oriental Arms, Namaskar Sanjay ji, an organization like Robert Spencer's Jihadi Watch is required for Khalistan as well. Just putting the idea out there for consideration. Yeah, we already have rules for Muslim killings by Muslims. So something similar, but nothing much is happening these days as far as this is concerned. Uh, Amritpal's rise did not result in mass killings. SK with no change in education policy, Pasmanda appeasement on the high, no indication of a Waqf Board Act and Minority Commission scrapping, no indication of scrapping SCST Act. After 9 years, it looks like a waste to have voted for Hindutva government. 2024 is very doubtful for core Hindu voters. Well, uh, if you look at Arthashastra, then it advocates what is called a dharma, artha, kama, and a moksha. So now moksha, of course, is an outlier, so leave that aside. The rest is the dharma, artha, and kama. So maybe dharma is not addressed, but artha and kama. Kama means a lot of things. In today's context, kama can also mean employment. And arth, of course, is economy overall. And calm means employment, enjoyment, all those sort of things. So out of these three, I think on two, they've done fairly well. So what would we expect Congress to do on all three? There would be nothing on all three. So here it is. Mohit Shah, gift of Islam, Muslim killed 8 crore plus Hindus 70, genocide 600, 70 plus genocide, 600 plus riots. Muslims took 30% land of Bharat. Why nobody dare to talk about this? Land taken was 1/6, not 1/3. Why? We talk about it every day. Isn't that, Mohitji? I mean, if you look at Jaipur dialogues itself, we may be having more than 100 episodes on this. Maybe you joined late. Neeraj Bhatia, Vedic physicist Swami Anivarth Naishtik, who has written book on Vedic theory of formation of universe, has shaken the scientific community of West. Please invite him. He has a channel named Vedic Physics. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. We will, if he agrees to. Next. Praveen, SDG, how much control does RSS have in BJP? Today, very little. At the central level, very little. At the state level, yes, the states still have a good bit of control. Manish, Sanjay sir, do you believe down the line MPs and MLAs of BJP government are as honest as RPM? Not at all. Not at all. Next. Akshay Patil just heard about disagreement between Tufailji and Sanjay sir. Is the event cancelled? No longer promoted? Where can I learn more about this? We are not promoting it anymore. We were supposed to be the promotion partner, and we were also supposed to be the crowdfunding partner. Now we have given up that role, but the event, as far as I know, is on. Definitely, the event is on, but there is very little information anywhere on about that event. Next, OROP फंड की कमी है तो 1 करोड़ की स्कॉलरशिप क्यों? स्मृति ईरानी जी बता सकती हैं, क्योंकि माइनॉरिटी मिनिस्ट्री तो उन्हीं के पास है. वैसे on the face of it, it does look quite ridiculous. Nijesh, Saudis are improving ties with Iran and Syria, both Shia. Why is Saudi doing it? Well, Syria is not entirely Shia. Of course, the rulers are Shia. It's just like Bahrain, where the rulers are Sunni, but the country is overwhelmingly Shia. Why the Saudis are doing it? Because Saudis, I think, are planning for future, and they probably want to get out of the US orbit. शांतनु कुलकर्णी, आपके कहने पे खुले हाथों से डोनेशन किया, लेकिन जो आपने किया सही नहीं था। स्टॉलिंग अ मूवमेंट विच यू प्रमोटेड। हमने स्टॉल नहीं किया भाई, हमने सिर्फ डिसोसिएशन किया है। कुड हैव सॉल्व दिस आफ्टर द इवेंट। नहीं कर सकते थे आफ्टर द इवेंट, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो मेरी जानकारी में है वो मैं आपको खुलासा कर नहीं सकता। इट वॉज एन इम्पॉसिबल सिचुएशन। आपका ईगो बहुत बड़ा मालूम पड़ता है। नहीं भैया, अपना कोई ईगो नहीं है, लेकिन कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिन पे समझौता नहीं हो सकता। हनुमान चालीसा, रामचरितमानस पे समझौता करके, गाली खा के हम साथ में नहीं चल सकते। सिंपल सी बात है। राजीव सिंह, संजय सर, डू यू हैव एनी प्लान विजन टू स्टार्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और ग्रुप to counter crypto Christian and missionaries? No, because that's actually the hotbed is very far from where we live. Heard group called Agniveers are doing really good job on ground level. Yes, they are doing a good job. Agniveers are doing good job. No doubt about it. राजीव सिंह, संजय सर, विद पप्पू डिस्क्वालिफाइड व्हाट विल हैपन टू बीजेपी? हाँ, बीजेपी वाले रो रहे हैं और उनके सिंपैथाइजर्स भी रो रहे हैं कि उनका स्टार प्रचारक चला गया। सही कह रहे हैं आप। नेक्स्ट, आदित्य अग्रवाल, इज इट द राइट टाइम फॉर इंडिया टू मूव आउट ऑफ कॉमनवेल्थ? इट डजंट मैटर वन वे और द अदर एक्चुअली, एंड इंडिया कैन make a statement by moving out. SDG, please lead this campaign. Only you can create this awareness with your knowledge. Okay, okay. Next, राकेश सिंह सर, पाक में 5 मिलियन हिंदूज पर इतना अत्याचार होने पर भी कोई आर्म्ड रिवॉल्यूशन क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? वो सब तकलीद, वो सब मुकल्लिद हैं भाई, तकलीद करते हैं वो। जो लोग बड़े लोग कह देंगे वही करेंगे। श्रीलंका में तो इनसे भी कम हिंदू होने पर भी एलटीटीई ने नाक में दम कर दिया। एलटीटीई में कौन से हिंदू थे भाई? एलटीटीई वाज अ क्रिश्चियन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। दिव्याशीष पांडे, राहुल गांधी का फाइनली क्या होगा? अरविंद केजरीवाल क्या 2024 का विपक्ष का चेहरा बनेंगे? मुझे लगता है कि एक विचित्र सा चेहरा आएगा 2024 में। उसमें जो है आपको एक फेस जैसा दिखेगा। उस फेस में आपको उसमें 3-4 नाक होंगी, 3-4 मुंह होंगे और 6-8 कान होंगे और 6-8 ही उसमें आंखें होंगी। इस तरह का एक चेहरा आ सकता है। महेश मधुर जी, थैंक यू। हाउ कैन वी actually express our gratitude? Really, we don't know. You've been wonderful. Danger is naughty. Sir Kejriwal came in focus in 6 months using Anna G. Same Amritpal used Sikh religions and came in focus. Yes, 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 yes. Next. क्या चुनाव घोषणा पत्र पूरा न करने के लिए किसी पार्टी की शिकायत किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पर कानूनन संभव है? नहीं। आप इलेक्शन में उसका खामियाजा उसको दे सकते हैं। Next, MK, I think Congress would be third largest party in 2024, which would be second largest party, TMK or TMC? TMC. TMC will win 30 seats without any problems. And Congress will win less than 30. Dr. Kishore Kumar, Namaste, sir. Is China a real threat or Pakistan at present time? China. And is it really good to hold Pak with us? Of course, it's our land. No, 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 no. Let them go their own way. We are not concerned with them. Next. Ravinder Sir, Sandeep Nageshwar Rao Ritu Rathod funded by KCR and opposition to attack Hindutva from within and rake up caste divide H. Be aware, don't fall for them. आपको लग रहा है क्या? I am falling for them. Next. Rocky, division of Sanatanis, first Tirthankar, Lord Adinath established Ikshwaku. Lord Ram, successor to Ikshwaku dynasties, 24th Lord Mahavir, last Ikshwaku. Thank you. Next. Jagan West playing double game with India to remove BJP from power. Yes, we have alerted everybody on that. Activation of Khalistan human rights, Eric Garcetti. Your comments on this? We have commented on this and we have pointed all of them out. एरिक गारसेटी तो हमने ही किया था सबसे पहले भाई. Sanatani Arya Samajis deny even Bhagavad Gita. I know they have their own Bhagavad Gita of 70 shlokas. Aren't they denting the Hindu cause by calling our scriptures as later additions? You see, Arya Samajis follow only Shabda Pramana. And those who follow only Shabda Pramans are, according to the method of science, are unscientific. So, that's it. Please talk about Galot 19 districts and RJ in elections. Well, it's a self-defeating idea. You create 17 more districts. You call it 19 because two districts have been split as north-south. So basically 17 new districts. In 6 months, you cannot set up a district. Therefore, all the expectations that you have aroused, when the time for election comes, the opposition is going to make maximum benefit out of it. Next. Bauman Khanna, Raga disqualified matter become favor of BJP or Congress in 2024 and upcoming state elections. Doesn't benefit Congress. I think it may harm BJP in the sense that they might lose their star pracharak if the star pracharak chooses to go to Italy. By all accounts, he is going to campaign in Karnataka. So there they can hope. BJP can hope for a good run if their friend Rahul Gandhi is campaigning in Karnataka. Sandeep Raman, Namaste Sanjay ji. What is your opinion about Karoli Sarkar? I have no opinion. About him. Sanatan Vedic Paddhati. Dhiren Chazi methods can't even come close to what Karoli Shankar accomplished with Vedic process. Since I haven't seen Karoli Sarkar, I cannot comment. Sandeep Shukla, sir, I have some ideas. Could you associate me with you? Please write on our WhatsApp. Next. हरीश पोखरियाल, संजय जी कृपया नीलेश ओक और नित्यानंद मिश्रा को एक साथ रामायण काल के संबंध में चर्चा करवा दें. बहुत कंफ्यूजन है ये. हाँ, वो मैंने भी देखा आज नित्यानंद जी का और मुझको भी यही आइडिया आया है. May politicians and activists are targeting Brahmins more and more by putting in public the posts they hold, businesses they have, their numbers in sports, media, etc. Can this harassment, profiling, and stalking be challenged legally? Yes, it can be challenged legally. It is an offense under Article 295A and 153A especially, because that talks about community. Next. Observant Indian. Is Tufailji's change stance has something to do with his US visit? Is he visiting the US? I didn't know that. Appears similar to SG's Jashoda Mada Krishna comment, if I remember correctly. What is SG? Sadhguru. Okay, Sadhguru Jashoda Mata Krishna comment. Well, I didn't even know he was visiting the US. Good luck to the people of US. Next. Ame, please make dedicated videos exposing people like Ambedkar, Phule, Periyar, and how they were British puppets propped up to create nuisance and hindrance. Same strategy is being followed till now in the West. We need to expose this fake Samajwad. Periyar we have exposed. We have had fair amount of discussions on Ambedkar, including the narratives he tried to build on caste and things. Phule, yes, we haven't had any discussions. So we will schedule it sometime. रिक्की सर, एक बात बताओ, अगर भाजपा को हिंदुत्व पे वोट मिल ही रहा था तो रागा और बाकियों पे कार्रवाई करने से उन्होंने थोड़ी की है यार, ये तो उन्होंने खुद करवाई है, रागा ने। आप समझो, रागा ने कहा जाके कोर्ट को कि मैं तुम्हारी परवाह नहीं करता, तो उसने उसको 2 साल की सजा कर दी। वो क्यों करवाई उसने? उसको सोचता है कि उसको सहानुभूति मिल जाएगी, जो मिलनी नहीं है। एमके, हु इज योर सेकंड चॉइस एज पीएम आफ्टर मोदी? योगी, गडकरी और राजनाथ। अब इन तीन में तो योगी है भाई। नेक्स्ट, अक्षय पाटिल सर, अबाउट defamation case, what is the law in India? Is the statement itself proof or proof of any financial or reputational harm needed? How did prosecution win this case? They won it by default because Congress hardly contested it. Some say this is Kapil Sibal's revenge. I can't say about Kapil Sibal's revenge, but the man didn't contest it properly. And the defamation law is pretty clearly given in Article 499 IPC, and it has got 10 exceptions. So if you move well, then you can manage with 10 exceptions. And the court was asking him all the time whether he wanted to apologize. He has apologized in the past. He has apologized to RSS. He has apologized to the Supreme Court. Why couldn't he apologize it here? Why different stands? That is because he himself wanted this sentence, thinking he could get sympathy. But everybody knows what he is. So no sympathy he'll get. Niku, sir, for all our friends having problem with now about, there is an excellent channel, Sanatan Samiksha, which uses historical and archaeological facts. Yes, there is. I have also heard about it, though it has only anonymous faces. Okay, with that we come to the end of today's session. Thank you all viewers. आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम.